Autolus Therapeutics, a company with a molecule awaiting approval in the coming days. Let's analyze it. Hop in. Welcome to the taxi. Today we start at an incredible place in Ordesa National Park in Huesca, Spain. Amazing views. If you want me to visit your city, leave it in the comments. This is Taxi Biotech, a show to learn about news and updates in the world of biotechnology and understand its impact on the stock market. The stock data I show here is a symptom of how companies or the clinical trials are progressing and does not constitute any investment advice. This is purely entertainment. We continue our video series on molecules pending approval, and today we're focusing on Autolus Therapeutics with its Obe-cel molecule for B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. This company has developed a CAR T-cell therapy claiming it has unique features. They state that its binding with target cells mimics natural binding, resulting in lower immunotoxicity and better tolerability. Let's explore the data they provide. To begin, CAR T-cell therapies involve extracting a patient's cells, modifying them to attack tumor cells, growing them, and reinjecting them. When inside the body, the modified cells detect and eliminate tumoral cells. In Autolus' pipeline, all molecules are in phase 1, except for one pending review, which has a phase 1/2 trial. This open-label, single-arm trial measures efficacy and safety, assessing response rate in patients with B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. They share data through ASCO posters and in press release. I'll start with the data. In June, press release from last year, they report a 76% complete response rate among patients. They claim best-in-class tolerability, with very few cases of severe cytokine release syndrome and immune effector cell-associated neurotoxicity. They also note that 84% of patients received the therapy, attributing this to a robust manufacturing and logistic process. Let's remember that the process involves extracting, modifying, and reinjecting cells, so everything must run smoothly. Now, here on the key points, safety and efficacy. These therapies often have significant side effects. I've reviewed other approved therapies, and in Autolus' case, they claim to lead in terms of cytokine release syndrome, with only 3% of patients experiencing grade 3 adverse events or more. To give you more data, the current products on the market, Tisu from Novartis and Brexa from Gilead, show 49% and 25% grade 3 adverse event from cytokine release syndrome in the trials. This means that if Autolus data are confirmed, it will outperform its competitors in adverse effects. Efficacy, however, is more similar. This improved safety makes me think, in my personal opinion, that approval is highly likely. However, let's do an exercise. Let's try to correlate the stock price with the press releases to predict what might happen on the drug's approval day. Obviously, if it is not approved, it will be a disaster. In this chart, I've highlighted large stock price movements and will correlate them with press releases. Let's begin. On June 2nd of 2023, they released the press statement that we just reviewed a few moments ago with preliminary drug results. This is significant, as those results trigger a 9% correction here in the stock. Next, on June 20th, there was another large drop due to executive changes, which I find irrelevant here. Okay, move on. To November 1st, a big jump occurred here when they presented financial results and announced plans to submit a biologics license applications to the FDA for this drug here. I think that this is a surprise for the market, since no one expected them to go to the FDA with just phase 1/2 trial. On November 27th, the stock dropped when they submitted the biologic license applications, a typical sell the news. In December, the stock entered in a rally with several consecutive days of gains driven by analysis confirming the drug efficacy and safety, showing a 70% increase over 20 days. Then in January, we see another dip when the FDA's accept the biologics license, setting the review date for November 16th. On April, the opposite of December occurs here, as the stock loses all prior gains in 20 days. Here occurs that Europe begins the review of the drug, and here, on April 24th, they announce new phase 1 data to be presented at ASCO, and the stock keeps falling, losing 21% until this rebound. In June, here, there was another drop after more data of the clinical trial was released here. They revealed here a 78% patient response rate with 40% still under review at 21.5 months. The median event-free survival was 11.9 months, but was another 24% decline in the stock market. I think that the market was questioning these results. I reevaluate the competitors' data, and it appeared similar in efficacy. Although I think that could be true that Autolus Therapeutics could be less effective than these other therapies. I've added links to the competitors' trials in the comments below for your own review and do your own research. And now, here in October, there is a sharp decline with no apparent news. I don't like technical analysis, but I show here a line to show you that this could be a support zone, okay? Few rebounds after touching this line. Okay, this is the graph. So doing a conclusion of this graph, the first time that the data was presented, the stock fell, but I think that it was likely because investors thought approval would take a long time because it was a phase 1 trial. And this, I think that this confirmed because the stock rise when the FDA submission began here. I also liked how well the data on efficacy and safety was received in 2023 with a 70% increase in price. However, in 2024, when new data was presented, the stock dropped around 20% in every press release. And few days ago, it dropped again without clear cause. This leads me to believe, this is strictly my personal opinion, and this is not investment advice, okay? That the market might doubt the drug's approval. In my opinion, based on the safety and efficacy data, I believe the FDA will approve it. If that's the case, and the market expects other thing, the stock should rise post-announcement. But these recent downtrends raise doubts to me, although it might be an opportunity. We'll see on the 16th. As always, I like to check the numbers, and they are very good. They have 700 millions in cash, with 200 millions in annual expenses. This gives good space for, if approval happens, they won't need to raise capital to continue with the commercialization of these products and other trials. So, in conclusion, this new therapy from Autolus shows fewer side effects than the other drugs that are approved. But recent poor stock reactions to trial updates might be an opportunity if the market lacks confidence in the approval. With a market cap of 900 millions and 700 million in cash, approval would generate revenue. For context, a direct competitor generates 480 millions annually. Therefore, purely as my personal opinion, for learning purposes, I believe that the stock has potential for appreciation with these figures. However, there is significant competitors in CAR T therapies with CD19 antibodies. And the last thing, that I don't like technical analysis, but it does appear to be a support level in this price. And that's it for today's video. We end at Monte Perdido, a World Heritage Site, another Spanish marvel. Look at this spectacle. Today the taxi took you through mountains landscape of FDA approvals. See you on another video.